Hey guys, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween. If you're new to my channel, 31 Days of Halloween is where I post a new Halloween costume makeup tutorial every day in October. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out on any videos. This is my take on a pumpkin skull queen. It initially was going to be a candy corn pumpkin queen, but I had some major bumps along the road, so to see the whole process, keep on watching. I began by gluing candy corn on my face in the shape of teeth so I could see an outline area of where I needed to shade. As soon as I put them on my face, I realized how strange they looked, but rule of thumb for me when it comes to makeup looks is to never give up early because things usually look stupid before they end up looking amazing. So, I started shading in between each candy corn tooth with black eyeshadow, and for this I used the NYX Primal colors in Hot Black. We'll get back to that later, but then I moved on to using a fluffy brush and a dark orange eyeshadow, and I shaded around the perimeter of my face and on the sides and forehead. Then I shaded some lines down my face in the curved shape of a pumpkin. These are to signify the indentations that pumpkins have in them. When you look at them, they've got the little indents. After putting down my dark orange shadow, I took a small detailed brush and shaded a black line down the middle of each orange line. This gives the appearance that the black is the darkest part of the dip inwards, and the dark orange is the curve going into the deepest part. The centers should be the most highlighted. Off camera, I patted some white cream paint in the center of the lines of my forehead to highlight. My camera shut off. That's the only reason it was off camera. Then I shaded along the sides of my candy corn smile with the same black shadow as before and brought some deeper orange into my crease. This is when I realized that the candy corn doesn't like to stick to skin. This little fucker. Just stay. Just stay. You're a piece of candy corn. You don't weigh 1,000,000 pounds. Jesus. If you don't fucking stay on my lip, I swear to God, in the heavens, I will melt all the candy corn in the world. So stop. They're coming off my lip, I swear. I told you what would happen. Oh, I'm gonna eat the fucking shit out of you. I don't care if you're covered in Prozac, you're gonna feel a painful death. Oh, now you don't want to come off, do you? If I were to do this again, I would mold each candy corn out of a substance like Model Magic or something and adhere it to my face. The smooth surface of candy corn does not like to stay adhered to skin, and it literally continually fell off my face, especially around my mouth area. Plus, it just looked dumb as shit. After I removed the candy corn, I took a black water activated paint and drew it between my smile and in between each tooth. I flicked up each side of the teeth to give the definition to the gum line. After that, I shaded in between each tooth on the gum areas with a deep dark orange shade. I felt the look was feeling a bit flat with all the straight orange and black, so I added pops of yellow in the highlights to change it up a bit. I then used orange paint for my chest area, which is a Makeup Forever Flash Paint Stick, and blended it out with a damp beauty blender. Using a black paint, I detailed what would be my collar with the same lines as my forehead, but on my neck going down my chest. The idea was to have a rounded collar that has pumpkin attributes, but still looks sort of regal. I kept the bottom of the neck piece rounded and shaded it to look sort of bulbous like a pumpkin. Then, as always, I'm taking my Makeup Forever Flash Paint Stick in white and highlighting the centers of each section of our pumpkin to appear three-dimensional. Then I set everything with the SFX Set Powder from NYX. Taking the same dark orange shades as before, I shaded along the bottom of the collar on one side of the little lines that extend upwards for the inside of the indentations. Shading on one side gives almost a rounded fabric folding appearance, even though this isn't fabric, but it's sort of meant to signify fabric. Not that I'm necessarily made of pumpkin, but you know, I just kind of was going with the flow at this point. I also shaded under the neckline of the collar. I used not only dark orange, but then topped it off with a little bit of black to add a little bit more dimension to the entire bottom of the collar. I then popped on a pair of false lashes, and I love to add dots for detailing because they're super easy. You don't need any skill whatsoever to do dots, but it adds such a cool final touch that makes it look like you spent a ton of time on it, when in reality, you did spend some time because doing a million dots on your face takes a while, but it's very easy. I used multiple colors, so I first started off with the black, then I went to a orange color, and then I finished it off with yellow. And for these I used the NYX Vivid Brights liners. I then filled in each of the teeth areas that the candy corn were with yellow cream paint, and shaded the bottom of each tooth with a dark orange. Then I highlighted the top with white paint, extending it upwards to give a sharp point into the gum line area. This was a last minute afterthought. After I realized that the candy corn just weren't going to work, this is what I ended up with. I do like the way that it turned out in the end, but it was a fly by the seat of my pants, make it up as you go along moment instead of going in with a definitive plan. I then used the same dotting technique to detail the teeth and sprayed black paint all over my chest, water activated with a little brush. I threw on a pair of contact lenses. These are the Camo Eyes Eclipse contact lenses, and a wig, and that's it. I hope you guys like this makeup look. Make sure to tune in tomorrow and every day this October for more Halloween costume makeup looks. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when these videos go live, which will be at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys do decide to recreate this look, make sure you tag me on Instagram.